Hey everyone, it is Thursday the 18th of September 2025 at 7:25 in the evening. As per the last number of videos I've been making, I'm exhausted. I have had a really good day. Like I'm really happy with how it's gone. So it was the last day of yoga for the term because kids' school holidays, and my teacher is running kids yoga during the holidays, and I asked Merv, because like I signed up to this Uber Eats thing, right? Because my yoga teacher told me how good it is to make some extra money. And I never really would have believed it, I think, until she actually showed it to me on the app from the back side. Like, it's quite interesting. I'll give you that. Anyway, I asked him how he'd feel about spending a few hours in Gladstone, which is where yoga is, and having the app on and just accepting them and seeing what happens. Because I checked again with my yoga teacher, because I was like, the last time I turned it on up here, I didn't take any bookings. Like, today was the very, very first day of me actually driving. Well, Merv was driving, but I was, going in and picking them up and dropping them off like a delivery Uber person, right? And I'm super grateful to Merv, because he obviously makes my life easier in 1,000 ways. I'm wrecked as anything from just getting out of the car so many times, having to go into shops, and then the reason I was becoming so confused, I guess, and why I was so nervous about doing it until I was speaking to my teacher, was because during the few times I had turned the app on, obviously I was receiving requests, yeah. I just wasn't accepting any of them. But they were so many in like areas that were close, and I was just so confused, yeah. Like, how do I know who to go to first, and how do I know who to drop off first, and the yada yada stuff like that, right? And my yoga teacher explained to me that the app does all of it, right? All of it for you. So I trusted her. And today, like I said, Merv picked me up from yoga, and I immediately turned the app on, and I reckon it was, within seconds?
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't have been any more than a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that we got the first order come through, and I just immediately hit submit, right? Like, I'm accepting it, yeah? And it's really interesting, like, even before you accept it, right? And mind you, there's a sort of like counting thing that's along the bottom, like, if it runs out, it disappears, yeah? But when you accept it, or I should probably say, before you even accept it, you can see what you're going to be paid, and where the pickup and drop off is, and the like time destination. And like I said, I told myself I was just gonna trust what my yoga teacher said, which was that you can accept them all because they're coming through I have no idea how this sort of stuff works. You know me and my technology. I need to find someone just to figure out how to fix my computer. But yeah, so I did that, and there were like, was it like 2 to begin with?
Yep.
That came up.
Seconds of each other.
Yeah, they came up like straight after another, bang bang, and I was like, okay, accept, right? And so the first one had us going to pick up like a Woolworths order, which happened to be in a mall where there was like a bunch of restaurants. And so the second order was to pick up something from a restaurant, which, as I said to Merv, right, when we were walking into Woolworths, yeah, because I knew there were like, it tells you everything, right down to how many bags, there are item numbers, obviously. The supermarkets, there's barcodes that need to be scanned, and it's like full on. I know, this was the very, very first one we were picking up, yeah? And we knew, like, I was busting to go to the bathroom, right? And me and Merv went in, and it might, can't have been the first one, because the one I'm thinking of is the one that I left the phone with you. Anyway, there was a few of these types. Because I think the first time around we did get it right. We was given the trolley with all the food, and you had to go through all the, like, making sure it was all correct and everything. And then I had to go to the restaurant, right? And I'd said to Merv, I need to take the insulated bag with me. And he was like, no, it's all cool. We'll just put it back in when we're in the car. I think there may have been some kind of a miscommunication between us, given we had to do 2 different orders. And I ended up going to the restaurant to pick up the order, and they confirmed that I was right and I absolutely needed the insulated bag. Though it turns out, from doing many more deliveries after this, it's actually not a requirement for all restaurants, which is interesting. But from here on out, I've got 2. One for hot, one for cold, yeah? Anyway, like I said, like, jobs were just coming in, right? Coming in and coming in. And I was just going, accept, because that is what we had told ourselves that we were going to do. Oh, what, Merv?
Absolutely. Accept every job that come in.
Because the app just kept telling us what to do, right? So, like, say like 3 come through at once, yeah? And you're like, accept. And then another one might pop up saying, do you want to make an extra $5 by adding this particular order to your trip? Because the order is obviously within the vicinity of where the rest of them are, yeah? And again, like I said, the whole point of today was to just say yes to all of them and see what happened, right? Which we did. And, like, it's fucking awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Because it does. It literally does everything for you. It comes up and it's like, this is the first one you have to pick up. This is the first one you have to deliver. And it's got all the navigation for the GPS on it. And then you complete it. And then it's like, time for the next step, right? So, before before you start delivering things, all items are picked up. That's what happened today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had all of the items that had been accepted because they're all, like I said, say in a mall. And yeah.
Yeah, we had the 3 items.
And they tell us which one to go to. And there's messages and everything. So, like, the messages you write to the Uber Eats drivers are, like, right there. They can't miss them, people. So, if you think it's worthy, write it down. But, like, I got into the swing of things. As I said at the start, I'm incredibly grateful to Merv because obviously I have my own license and my own car. It's my car that we're using, so I can obviously drive. But Merv loves driving and I do not. And driving just adds more to how I feel. And how I feel, like, I live in constant pain. I think no one except maybe Merv truly fucking actually comprehends what that means. And that's just my normal days, yeah? Days like today take it the hell out of me, right? And that was Merv driving. And it's not me making him do it. Before I even agreed and decided to do any of this, we fully discussed it because it was always going to be something we did together. I can hear that dinner's ready, so I'm going to wrap this up. But I am going to say to you is, my body is very clearly at a point where it's just, even the meds aren't helping me right now. So, as much as I want to go doing everything and getting everything done, we've decided that tomorrow is a day to just lounge in bed and read and watch telly, and if I want to do stuff on my computer, then that's fine, but I have taken all the ADHD medication out of my meds, and I won't be taking any tomorrow because my body really, really just needs a break. And yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it, lovelies, because dinner is ready. Thank you to Merv. He is fantastic. And I'll speak to you all again tomorrow. Good night.